Hey folks, welcome back to another video. So, Oculus has reduced the price of the Rift S to get rid of the stock before next year and brought it all the way down to $299. But the Quest 2 is out and is exactly the same price for the 64GB model. And you're confused on which one you should get. Well, have no fear, WaqMan is here. Today, we are going to go through if the Rift S is a good deal for PCVR and which type of people should get it over the Quest 2. So if you enjoyed the video and find it helpful, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, as it lets me know to make more of this type of content. Talking about a good deal, remember my Quest 2 giveaway is still on for one of my subscribers if we reach our target by Christmas. We also have a giveaway for Arizona Sunshine on Steam and Richie's Plank Experience on Oculus. Full details are in the description below. Well, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so to start things off, let's give the pros and cons of each headset so we are all on the same page. Let's start with the Quest 2. So the positives of the Quest 2 are: the first positive is that it's multifunctional. By that I mean the Quest 2 can act as a standalone headset and a PCVR headset. That's something no other VR headset can do, which puts it in a category of its own. Number 2, it can do wireless PCVR gaming through the use of virtual desktop or ALVR. Number 3, technically it has a better resolution. Number 4, it has a higher frame rate going up to 90Hz for now and potentially higher later on. Number 5, the Quest 2 has a physical IPD adjuster, which has 3 settings: 58mm, 63mm and 68mm. Although you need to take off the headset to change the IPD, unfortunately. Number 6, it's a pick up and play, meaning you can take it anywhere. You don't need to connect it to anything if you aren't using it for PCVR. Number 7, controller battery life. The controller battery life is amazing, better than any headset out there that uses AA batteries. Number 8, hand tracking. Now this is still a gimmick to be honest, but it is a fun gimmick and really convenient at times. So there are quite a few pros, but there are also some cons. Number 1, comfort. The Quest 2 isn't that comfortable unless you spend money on a head strap, and even then it still isn't as comfortable as the Rift S. Number 2, battery life of the headset. The headset itself has around an hour and a half to 2 hours battery life. If connected to the PC, then it still drains the battery but at a much slower rate, although eventually it will still run out. Number 3, you need to purchase either an official link cable or settle with a cheaper USB cable for wired PCVR. To be honest, either one isn't really as good as the DisplayPort cable. Number 4, for wireless PCVR, it is a hit or a miss, meaning it's very subjective. For some people it will work really well, and for others it will be unplayable. It depends on your internet and your router, sometimes even luck. So I wouldn't bank on it working for everyone. But when it does, it's amazing. Now let's move on to the pros of the Rift S. Number 1, comfort. The Rift S is probably the most comfortable headset, only coming second to the PSVR, probably because it has the same halo design. So if comfort is your main concern, the Rift S is fantastic. Number 2, the Rift S is better for lower to mid-range graphics cards. Now a lot of people you will see online, especially YouTubers, will have powerful graphic cards like the 2070 Super or the 2080 Ti because it's part of their job. But not everyone has that, and actually most people won't. So for people that have a good graphics card but it isn't at the top of the range, or even a lower graphics card, perhaps near the minimum specs, then the Rift S is perfect for you. As oddly, the Quest 2 will be too powerful and won't give you as good of an image because your system isn't strong enough. Number 3, the Rift S uses a DisplayPort for better compression, and honestly the picture does come out better even if the display isn't as good as the Quest 2 and is a lower refresh rate. So that moves us on to the cons. Number 1, it's not wireless or standalone. The Rift S is only a PCVR headset, nothing more and nothing less. Number 2, the Rift S's mic is actually garbage and embarrassing, as people will know which headset you're using because of the mic. Number 3, controller battery life isn't great. The annoying part is they never really go on standby properly, like the original CV1 controllers did. Or even the Quest 2 controllers. Even in standby mode, the batteries drain like if they were still on, which is really frustrating, and I have to take them out after every play session to make sure they don't die while I'm not playing. Number 4, probably the biggest con is that the support for the Rift S is finishing next year. What does that mean? Well, you don't need to worry. You will still be able to use the Rift S, but it won't be getting any more updates for the Rift S itself. But that doesn't mean the Rift platform is going anywhere. Facebook are still going to be making PCVR games, but are shifting their focus from a PCVR only headset to an all-round Quest headset. But if you wanted hand tracking for the Rift S, that most likely won't be coming to it at all. Number 5, no physical IPD adjuster, only a software related one, which really doesn't do anything. I've put it to the extreme on all sides and I can barely tell the difference. So if you have a low IPD or a high IPD, you might not be able to use the Rift S. So what is the conclusion then? Well, if you just go by numbers, the Quest 2 would easily win, and technically it does. However, the answer is a little bit more complicated than that. Like I've mentioned, if you have a graphics card that is a GTX 1080 or under, then I would say the Rift S may be a better choice for you if all you care about is PCVR gaming and visual clarity. Unless you are planning on upgrading your graphics card in the near future, because visually you are able to utilize the full resolution of the Rift S. Whereas in the case of the Quest 2, the resolution is too high, especially if you bump it up to 90Hz or potentially more. The reason the Rift S is 80Hz is because it was mainly made to allow people with lower specs PCs to get into PCVR. And it really does do a great job at that. Now, another thing to consider is wireless PCVR gaming. But again, this also depends on your router. Are you using the router that your ISP gave you? Because the latency is quite bad usually for those routers, and you will need to have a better one to be able to play PCVR. So, if you don't already have that, it can be another cost. But if you have a good router and the latest graphics card, then it's a no-brainer, get the Quest 2 and future-proof yourself. As the Rift S may not be getting any updates after next year as well. If you have a mid to low range graphics card and just want to play PCVR games, then the Rift S is still awesome. Just to give you my perspective, I have the 1080 Ti and I prefer using the Rift S for PCVR gaming, as to me it looks and feels much smoother and visually better than the Quest 2. Well, that's all folks. I thought I would make this quick video to help people out. I've made a full review on the Quest 2 which I go into a lot more detail. But I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then I'd appreciate if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Remember to enter my Quest 2 giveaway by liking, subscribing and following the instructions below. Well, thanks for watching, have a great day, stay safe and see you next time.